Hello and welcome to Medfield Sports Network. I'm Jack Sullivan, joined by
Sam Patriot.
We're going to be walking you through this week's games and highlights from Medfield spring sports teams. First off, got the boys lacrosse team. They had the game Tuesday, April 5th versus Hopkinton. 6:30 start. Good night game to start off the year. TJ Casey, first clip of the game, brings it down the middle, shoots top shelf to put the boys up 1-0 just 6 seconds into the game.
You got senior midfielder Chris Bethany dodging down the alley to find Caleb Lawson with a nice rip top left. 2-0 start for the boys.
Yeah, great start for them. Hopkinton did rebound, however. They put the game at 2-1. They rebound with a pass from TJ Casey, Jack Sullivan, quick finish there.
Nice low
go up
shot
3-1
there,
in the fast break.
Then we have Jack Sullivan dodging down the alley to find Caleb Lawson for his second goal of the game. A nice rip by Caleb.
Yeah, really a snipe off the bounce there. Nothing better than a bounce out or go top left. Luke Murphy surveying his options, comes around the left side, dunks it from X. Great finish there, puts them up 5-1. Now
Great
the
shot
first
by
quarter.
the senior captain.
And then next we'll have Medfield versus King Philip boys volleyball, 6 p.m. Monday. It was really a great game. They won that in straight sets. First play, Adam Matty with the kill, spikes that one from about 5 feet out, puts them up 2-0 in the first set.
Another point from junior Adam Matty with a nice serve and get an ace for the Medfield team.
Yeah, back-to-back points there, and then followed by Matthew Herbst with the ace. Another great serve. Look at that. You know, nothing King Philip could do about that.
And then you get the senior captain Tyler Shue with a nice dig to get the boys up.
Yeah,
to tie it up 6-6.
Yeah, really saved them there on that point. Here's Jacob Turbo with a kill. Star player, just spikes that, gets it about 10 feet off the net and puts them up 11-9.
And sophomore Jacob Turbo again with a nice ace. Real force out there.
Yeah, back-to-back points by him. Here followed by Adam Matty with a kill. Great spike there, rebounded by King Philip, but too much to handle with that kind of heat. Just falls off the court.
Again, Adam Matty is one of the star players out there with a nice ace.
Yeah, I think that was his first ace of the match. Nothing better than getting a point right away off the serve. Blocked there by Matthew Herbst.
Again, Jacob Torba, star player with a nice kill.
Yeah, spikes that one hard. Nothing they could do rebounding that one. Third set here, we got Tyler Shue with the ace. As I said, they really started up a lot of 24-15 here. Aiden Glenn will end the game. Boom, final spike. Nothing King Philip could do about that one. They'll win that in straight sets. Really a strong showing by them.
Yes, sir.
To round up every game, boys lacrosse won theirs, 19-4 versus Hopkinton. Jack Sullivan, 5 goals, 4 assists. Luke Murphy, 4 goals. And then 3 goals and 1 assist for both Kyle Gaffney and Caleb Lawson.
And then for girls lacrosse, they won 19-8 against Hopkinton with Lily Cummins with 3 forced turnovers and Isabel Aino with 8 outstanding saves.
As we said, boys volleyball won that one, 3-0 in straight sets. They also beat Norwood 3-0 in straight sets, and that's actually how every game this year has gone. They're 3-0 and haven't lost a set so far, so really strong showing. Stars of the game, Adam Matty, Jake Katurba, and Tyler Shue.
And for the boys and girls track team, big win over Norwood, killing them in both meets.
Yeah, the boys won their meet 87-49. That was really, a strong showing from a lot of players there. The girls won theirs 108-27, which was really just a complete blowout. William Vasquez with the 4-minute, 46-second mile. So that was, really a great race there.
And senior Charlie Katsikaris with a 35 and 10 inches triple jump. Very impressive there for Charlie.
Yeah, what a stud. He'll be running track at Babson College, so excited to see his future in the next 4 years.
Sure.
Alex Leslie, the Holy Cross commit, Division I athlete. She had the 60.9 second 400-meter race.
Then sophomore Julian Rum running 11 seconds 100-meter dash. Very impressive for Julian.
Yeah, he's been a star for the team so far this year, really showing up big. He had a great winter track season as well, winning some state competitions. And then the boys 4x100 relay also won their race, featuring Medfield Sports Network's lead editor and producer, Brian Bortek. So that was great to see.
Yes, congrats for Brian.
Also, we'd love to mention Sam Patriot, Medfield football star. with the commitment to Utica College, we're all pumped up for him. Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
We just want to take a quick commercial break to thank our sponsors, Medfield TV, for letting us use their great facilities. We're extremely grateful.
Go check out their website at medfield.tv. Hi, I'm Sam Patry. I'm your host. Welcome to Warrior Talk. Here are my 3 guests.
Jack Sullivan.
Bobby Spence here with Cal Gaffney.
Question 1. How do big wins by both girls and boys lacrosse affect the outlook of their seasons?
I mean, man, that girls win, that was a big win. I mean, I don't think I've ever really seen them have a win that big, you know? It doesn't really happen, but.
I don't know if I'd agree with that. I mean, it's definitely, I'd say it's a more impactful win for the girls than the boys for sure. But I mean, I've seen girls put up numbers like that before for last season. You know, they came out hot.
True.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think on the girls' side, that's something that you'll be seeing pretty much every game. They're a very strong team this year, and I think they're going to be dominating the TVL. You know, there's some other forces there, like I think DS is a real good team, but I think Medfield will show some real competition this year.
You can't forget Westwood. I mean, what are they, 20 times state champs on the girls' side?
Westwood's a good team, but, you know, this Medfield team, they've got some commits and some real firepower.
Yeah, true. Alex Blake headed to Northwestern, right? Yeah, that's a huge commitment right there. And then they got the sophomore stud, the UMass player, Kelly Blake, so that'll be huge. But I think, you know, as I was saying, the boys, they come out every year, they stomp teams, you know, 20-2, and that's expected of them. So I just thought this was probably a bigger game for the start of the girls' season.
Yeah, I have to agree there. I mean, the boys are always getting a big winning deficit, and, you know, we were up 15 at the end of the game, and they weren't even too happy with it. So that shows that, you know, they got a lot in their sights for the season.
Yeah, no, Medfield lacrosse is going to be hungry this year, I'll tell you that much.
For sure.
What were bright spots in the boys' win over Hopkinton, and what do they need to work on continue throughout the year?
I mean, got to be the offense, you know, putting up almost 20 goals. As we said, it was expected, but they came out in about 4 or 5 sets and put them in. You know, it wasn't, you know, the same thing over and over again. They were really able to show some versatility and, you know, just pound that Hopkinton D, who was really no match. I mean, they were scrubs, you know, all over.
Yeah, I got to agree there. You know, putting up 19 goals, that's great. And bringing in a couple new plays that they haven't run much before and perfecting them seamlessly, you know, they did well with that, so can't complain about that.
You know, I think we'll see that again today. They play Ashland, and they're going to come out in 400 North Star, a couple plays, you know, that they didn't, you know, run as much in the previous game. They definitely didn't run them as successfully. I think they're going to try and come out and put some goals in, you know, not really in their more orthodox style play.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely testing a few things out in, like, the lower level TVL play and getting ready for a big game on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I think the offense played well, but I actually do not think that was a strong suit of the day. I think the defense really stood out.
Did you?
I think the offense, you know, they can put the ball in the net, but 19 is really doesn't say much for what the offense can produce. However, on the defense, the Cobra slides were on point, which is a cross-crease slide when the ball's coming from X. That was a killer play for the defense, and I think that's one thing that our defense is going to be dominant with this year.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a good point. I think both sides really, when it comes down to it, they both really stood out.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
had good games.
About the Cobra slides, I mean, I definitely saw a few great ones, but I can make sure I saw a few where, you know, some of the defenders were chasing stick on those Cobra slides and letting them slip through.
Yeah, I mean,
so what do you have to say about that?
There was that one inside roll to start off the game. You know, really missed one there. I think our defender got beat, and that was tough to see. But also, you know, when I talk about the defense in that game, the one play that stands out to me is that goal by number 5 on Hopkinton, swarmed by 5 defenders, and no one put him on the ground.
He's dancing right next to the crease. You got 5 guys on him, and all of them are chasing stick.
I got to agree. That was tough look for the defense. But a play that goes, I think that...
I mean, I thought it was just tough to see. I know what you're trying to say. I think it was just, you know, something that they'll get over and something they'll move past, something they'll, you know, improve on today. But
it happens.
We're ready for question 3.
Question 3. What do both lacrosse teams need to build on to be more successful during the season?
You know, as we just talked about, I think the boys team does Cobra slides. That might be something they have to improve on. Defensive overall, just sliding hard, hitting body, and really, you know, putting guys on the ground. Very important.
Yeah, I think they definitely need to work on. There was a few sloppy tactical errors. I know they didn't get a touch in the box twice, even though we had it as a settled possession over half. So it's very unlike us to not be communicating that we need a touch, which is just sloppy. And I think they're going to clean it up hopefully tonight. So.
Yeah, I think our success this season is really going to come from experience, and our IQ is going to develop as the season goes on, and we're going to be smarter and just a much stronger and better team.
Yeah, I think on the girls' side of the ball, I think they really could have held Hopkinton to a few fewer goals. They have a really strong defense. I think that's where a lot of their senior leadership is, in Emma Bannister and Lauren Schofield on the defensive side of the ball, as well as Isabel Iannone, as the netminder. I think, that might be something they want to build on, but I think they still did have a strong showing on Tuesday versus Hopkinton.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Question 4. Who stood out and made noise by the winning track meet this past Tuesday?
I mean, it's got to be Alex Lesby, the Division I Holy Cross commit. She came out, she ran a 60.9 second 400 meter. In my opinion, that was the most impressive showing of the day.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Lesby definitely, she did well, but I think Will Vasquez with a 4:46 mile is pretty absurd. I don't think anyone's beating that around here.
I got to agree with Bob there. Lusby performed great, but we got an uncommitted Will Vasquez coming with a 4:46 mile. That is just insane. I got to give props to him for that.
Yeah, smart kid too, real student athlete. How about the sophomore, Julian Rahm? Really,
that was ridiculous.
He broke records in the winter. He's a real stud on the track.
He is. He's
great addition
making
to the team.
A lot of noise. Was it 11.3 second 100 meter?
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is just absurd. He's flying.
That's professional right there.
And then in the team events, I think the 4x100 relay was just great to see. Brian Bortek, the anchor of that crew, really getting them past the finish line, winning that event was just awesome. I think.
Yeah, you got to respect Brian Bortek.
Just look at the scores. Boys track won against Norwood 87-49. I mean, that's a dominant performance. And the girls topped that. I mean, they topped it by a mile, too. They won that, 108-27, led by Diane Lyons.
That is a big
coach.
margin.
I mean, she gets that squad going.
She's the heart of the team.
Mm-hmm,
the leader of the pride, I'm going to say.
Yeah. I mean, just a real passionate teacher, coach, someone who, leads that team just effortlessly, and really, she might have an undefeated season with, a bunch of all-stars in there at the end, for sure.
I think she could be looking at a D1 track job, potentially, head coach.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I agree.
She's got a lot of passion for the game.
Question 5. How impressive are the boys volleyball team with a 3-0 start in each of their games?
I think that is just great. To sweep one game is an accomplishment itself, but to sweep 3 games in a row, now that is how you start a season.
Yeah, the girls volleyball team, certainly impressive in the fall. I love having the boys play in the spring, and seeing
it's a great little mix-up.
Yeah, good mix-up, definitely. But seeing them start 3-0, 9-0 in sets is just, it's unheard of. I mean, and who would have expected it, Not a lot of hype going into the year from the boys volleyball team.
To be honest, actually, it's exactly what I expected.
Really?
They got a ton of height up there. I mean,
they do have some height, for sure.
6'4", 6'3", 6'2". Then they got their anchor of the team, Tyler Shue. He's great out there.
A lot of respect to Shue combo as the head coach and senior captain.
Fabulous coach, too.
Wow.
And one thing that actually impressed me the most about this volleyball team is that they are primarily juniors and sophomores.
For sure,
it's
yeah.
A
younger team.
Bright future ahead.
When we were recapping their game, actually, we were talking about their stars of the game. Those were Tyler Shue, Jake Katurba, Matthew Herbst, and Aiden Glenn. Just like 4 names right there, all underclassmen. And then that's how you start a season.
It's great. They're leading the team at a young age. They're going to build their leadership, build their confidence, and just hopefully get better each year into the season.
This season is, I'm certain it's going to end with a great run, and I can't wait to see what it leads into next year.
Yeah,
I think it could be their year.
Yeah, definitely. I'm hoping that Mr. Shue stays, as he's a great coach.
But yeah, don't want to overlook them this year though either. I mean, those young guys they're playing like varsity studs.
I think they could get the elusive state title.
For sure.
100%.
What stars are emerging from the boys volleyball team, and are they legit contenders this year?
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, as we just said, they're legit contenders for sure. I mean, they're going to be making a run at that Division II state final and hopefully winning it all. I don't think there's a lot of programs in Massachusetts led by a coach as good as Coach Shue who are going to make a run like that. I mean, I had a chance to stop in at their practice yesterday. I saw them. And something I really like to see is the varsity team on one side of the court and the JV team on the other side of the court.
You do love that.
You like seeing a program that's coming together from freshman to senior and really just, building something strong.
Letting the young guys see what it's like at the next level, build it up. It's great.
Also, Mr. Shue doing some recruiting on the younger kids. He's going to be building a great team next year.
One man who really sticks out to me on the team is Jake Katurba. 6'4" star, only a sophomore.
Wow.
And he's really making some noise for the team. He's getting kills left and right, aces. You can't stop him.
Yeah, I would say my star of the game, Adam Addy. He really emerged as just the stud of the team in that one. I believe it was 3 straight aces he had to end the second set, something like that.
That is great.
After a kill. I mean, we watched those highlights. Those were phenomenal. Yeah. Something, I've personally never seen. I've never seen a team just come out and dominate like that.
Looked like KP just rolled over, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And, they had nothing to do.
King Philip, a regional school, Plainville, Norfolk, Rentham, they got a big pool to pick from. That's a big school, a lot of athletes, and, definitely probably a strong contender in D1. And Medfield, took them down easily.
I think Tyler Shue actually went overlooked it there because he's a little guy out there, but his sets, he might not be getting the spikes and the aces, but he's getting those assists.
He may not be the biggest man out there, but he's got a lot of heart.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing volleyball, it's not all about the height and guys up front. It's also about guys, saving those spikes from the other team out back. Diving, getting those volleys, and keeping the ball in play just so that the team can survive the point and come out with the win.
You also got to give some props to the bench for hyping their team up and letting them go 9-0.
For sure.
I agree, Cal. Last question. Is Hopkinton a good win for the boys and girls lacrosse team, considering where they stack up in the TBL this year?
I'd say it's a great win for the boys, 19-4, but I know they got a lot to work on. I think they could have taken Hopkinton to a lot bigger deficit there.
I think the TVL on the boys' side of the ball this year is extremely weak. I think usually in the TVL you see 3 or 4 teams at the top. I know back in 2018, you had Westwood, Dover, you had Hopkinton even had their Division I, Quinnipiac commits, Westwood had their commits, and there was 4 strong teams in the TVL, and last year we really only saw DS and Medfield, lead the pack.
Medway a little bit.
I think this year it's Medfield, and it's Medfield only. I think all the other teams in the TVL are far behind, and they're not going to be able to keep up. But Medfield's going to have to prove that. That's not something they can just, have in their head and, think every team's going to show up and roll over. I think they got to have some dominant wins over Dover Sherburne. I know Dover Sherburne took a 15-1 loss to Hanover the other night.
Wow.
That's something Medfield's going to have to replicate. Medfield's going to have to replicate that with Ansem. After that, I think Medfield's going to be looking to beat them by a considerable amount.
Coming off a D3 state championship and then losing 15-1 to Hanover, that is it's a big change, is all I got to say. Lost a lot of seniors last year.
Yeah, senior leadership just was gone after last year. They're missing, those 2021 graduates for sure.
Yeah, no, I think the win was kind of expected on the boys' side. You can't complain about 15 goals, but we could have probably put in another. We probably could have won that game by 20 goals. And on the D side, we could have kept them to 2 goals. Shouldn't have been 4. And however, for the girls, I think that that game is very good for them. It's what's expected, and I think that they'll continue to show what they're made of.
Yeah, back to where these teams stack up in the TVL. Where do you have Hopkinton in the TVL this year on the boys?
I gotta say, I think they're they could be one of the better teams, but I don't know. I'd say somewhere in the middle of the pack, most likely.
I think middle of the pack.
They did lose to Westwood 11-7, so I think both of those teams are going to be kind of in the middle. A couple of competitive teams.
Sure.
I think Hopkinton should be able to take down some of those Ashlands of the TVL or Holliston, some of those lower teams. But,
yeah, we're going to have to see tonight playing Ashland. So
that'll be
up to Hopkinton.
Those 2 teams will have a comparable opponent in Medfield, and we'll see how that works out. On the girls' side of the ball, I think Hopkinton's a pretty strong team, and that's why they had that 9-goal win. But
it's a big win for them.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much for tuning into our first episode.
Another episode coming soon with lots of new fun segments. That's great.